Hi, I'm Super Sue Finneron, and this is Get Your Shit Together. Of course, SHIT is an acronym for success, health, inspiration, and transformation. And today I have with me a longtime friend, Leanne Zdebiak-Eni. Welcome, Leanne.
Thanks, Sue. Hey, everyone.
Leanne is the owner of Studio IPF, or Inner Pursuit Fitness, which she has now owned since 2003.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's that long.
I can't either.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So today, though, I brought Leanne not to talk about the studio per se, but we wanted to talk about something that's kind of taboo out in the world, and that is women's pelvic fitness, pelvic health. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So it's kind of something that's been a little bit taboo. Why?
I don't know. I think it just was something that women kept to themselves, and it just wasn't talked about, so they didn't talk about it.
And when we talk about pelvic health, can you define it a little bit more for us?
Totally. So I'm certified as a core confidence specialist. So we were taught all about, we call it your core 4 muscles.
Yes.
Yeah, sit up straight, please. So they include your pelvic floor muscles. So should I just maybe explain?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's great.
So your pelvic floor muscles sit at the bottom of your pelvic bowl, and they all intertwine. You can think of them like kind of like a trampoline. So these muscles need to be able to hold everything in.
Right, yep.
And they also need to be able to release, so you can eliminate and let things out, right? So they need to have give, they need to be strong, supple, but able to be relaxed, okay? So there's a little combination
But not too relaxed.
But not too relaxed, exactly, yeah. So there's a really fine balance.
Yeah.
So they're really connected to our diaphragm, which is our breathing muscle that sits inside our rib cage.
Yep.
So when you're in ideal posture, your diaphragm is right above your pelvic floor muscles, and they work together. They're like a team. So when we exhale, our diaphragm naturally draws up. It naturally pulls the pelvic floor muscles up. When we inhale, the diaphragm descends down. The pelvic floor naturally descends down with it. We don't have to think about it; it just happens.
Yep.
Okay. Then we have our transverse abdominis muscles, which we've all heard of, hopefully by now. Those are your nice deep core muscles, right? Yeah. So when you need to do a plank and you need to brace your core, those are the muscles that go, they literally hug your spine. And then the multifidus muscles that run up and down your spine are included in what we call core 4.
Yeah.
So all of these muscles work together as a team. So sometimes they don't work well as a team, right? One of the team members may be left out. So we want to learn how to get all of the muscles working together synergistically, and so that everything functions well.
Right. So, but basically, when your pelvic floor isn't functioning as it should, we get what happens as we age. Yeah. Sometimes we might giggle or sneeze, and we have a little leakage there.
You pee a little.
Yeah. This is why it's so taboo.
That's right.
Don't talk about it.
That's right. But you know, women do, and they're like, oh, I peed, right? Like it's really, you know, right? Like it's such a thing. It's so common. But the truth is that any little bit of leakage is considered incontinence.
Any.
How
do you feel about that?
Any. My last name, just kidding. So there's a couple of different types of incontinence. One is stress, so that's laughing, sneezing, coughing. Yep. And then the other one is urge, so that's when you feel like you have to go pee all the time.
So having a stronger and healthier pelvic floor can stop that urge?
Yeah. The urge is also a big mental one. So, you know, when you're just about to teach a class and you're like, I got to go pee.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Half the time, do you really have to go? Probably.
You probably could wait.
Right?
Yeah. What about when you wake up in the middle of the night?
That's different. That's another podcast. But you know, or when you're just about to leave the house, oh, I better go pee. Do you really have to pee, right? There's those certain times when you just have it in your mind, like you've trained yourself to go.
Just go, yeah.
Yeah. When really you may not have to. So what you're doing there is you're actually training your bladder to not get as full as it could. And you're just training yourself to go pee more often.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So really, you should try and hold off
A little,
from time to time.
Think about it, and just be like, do I really have to go right now? And then you're training those muscles to strengthen, right?
Yeah, like that's such a simple little thing.
Totally.
But
yeah,
huge.
Yeah, huge. That we all do, I think.
We were talking, and let's talk about incontinence and how big of a market that is for these companies that are selling these products.
Yes.
You told me earlier it's a crazy stat.
Yeah.
And that is?
There's more adult products being sold now in North America than like baby diapers and like pull-ups for kids.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's huge.
Massive. And when it comes to women, do you think it's just because they're not aware that they can fix it themselves?
Yes, I think, and that's why I want to share the word and get this out there, because it's totally preventable, right, for most people. But the fact that these companies are really selling the fact they're trying to teach women that,
look at how beautiful these panties are.
Yeah, and it's normal.
They are trying to normalize it.
To have incontinence, they're training everyone to think it's normal. Oh, I'm like that. I'll just get some of those products, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When really you can help yourself and you can cure it yourself.
Which is huge.
Like I say, most people. Yeah, it's huge.
Like a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the first thing is always, I know you don't want to hear it, the first solution to pretty much any disease, any issue that we have health-wise is exercise. Mm-hmm. Here we go again.
Exactly.
You have a workshop that you do. What's it called?
It's called More Than Core. Let's Talk Pelvic Floor.
Okay, it does kind of sound like a Dr. Zeus book for adults. Maybe you could start a series.
That's right.
But what do you, what happens?
You know what? What
workshops?
happens is we get a whole group of women that some have no knowledge of pelvic floor. Some have had major issues. They've gone to the pelvic floor physio. They want more knowledge. But it ends up being a really awesome, safe space for people to talk. And once women start talking about it, like, they realize how common it is. And you know, it's okay to talk about.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, really, I think it affects, I would say, most women at some point in their lives.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just so many factors.
Yeah, and it is okay to talk about it.
Yeah, we should be talking about this when we're going to happy hour, having a glass of wine.
Well, with a workshop name like that.
Right? Exactly. We'll have wine next time.
I like it.
Also, like, it's not just incontinence, but it's like pelvic floor pain, pelvic pain, prolapse. Like, there's other issues that arise from.
Yeah. Well, and prolapse is a huge health issue, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So, pain during intercourse.
Yeah.
So there's a whole lot of things, and so that's why I always say go to a pelvic floor physiotherapist.
What? Go to a what?
A pelvic floor physiotherapist.
Okay. I didn't even know that existed. Do we have any in the valley here? Really?
Yeah, we have a few.
So do you look up pelvic floor physio online?
Yeah, definitely.
Any names you want to shout out while we're here?
Comox Physio, definitely. We work together. They really supported me a lot, so definitely. But there's lots of other amazing ones out there too.
Okay.
And it takes a while to get in because it's actually becoming more popular. It might take about 6 weeks to get your appointment.
Yeah.
And it's a very thorough appointment. They do an internal exam.
Yep. Well, I guess they would have to, really, wouldn't they?
Yeah. To test your pelvic floor muscles, basically. They look at, it's a really full body kind of appointment. Like, they'll look at your posture and they'll get you to move, and it's I found it really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, so how often should one see a pelvic floor physio?
Probably once a year, they would say, I would think. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But we can do things ourselves to A, help prevent it, and B, make it better.
Yeah, totally.
And probably stuff that's just good to do no matter what, whether you've got an issue or not.
Exactly.
Yeah, just like working out.
Exactly.
You should do it, whether there's an issue or not. Just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Just
move.
That's right.
Move, please.
Okay, so let's learn how to do a Kegel.
Okay.
Okay.
So, well, let's sit up nice and tall. So you want to just make sure that your pelvic bowl is level. So in fitness, we talk about a neutral spine.
Yep.
So your hip bones are drawing straight ahead, and just kind of let everything just kind of
relax. Okay.
And then we'll see if we can bring our diaphragm or our rib cage right above the pelvic bowl.
Yep.
Okay, so we talked about that.
Yep.
And so I like to use this visualization. This seems to really help people. I'll tell you a couple, but this is like the West Coast visualization. So you imagine there's a jellyfish in your torso. It lives there. And when you exhale, the jellyfish naturally floats up and it kind of pulls its tentacles up with it. The tentacles draw together and they lift up. That's what your pelvic floor muscles are going to do.
Okay.
Then when you inhale, the jellyfish descends down and the tentacles release and open up.
And I thought it would be the opposite, right? When you inhale,
yes.
But it's the reverse.
Yes, you're going to contract when you lift. Okay, we're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's take right hand to belly, left hand to side of the rib cage.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so just breathe for a sec, just in through your nose.
Just regular.
Yeah, just relax. And exhale through your mouth.
I am.
Blow it out.
Or maybe I'm not.
No, you're not. And again, in through your nose. Much better. Okay, so let's add our Kegel. So exhale that, let that out. Take another breath in. On this exhale, imagine the jellyfish drawing up, pulling your pelvic floor muscles gently. It's a subtle contraction. And then as you inhale, it's like it descends down an elevator. It's slow descend.
Okay, it feels weird.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't, if you're doing this at home, it feels really weird.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice. So you exhale, lift. When we're lifting, it's only like 20% of what you're fully capable of. It's very subtle. When you inhale, you release.
It's like totally the reverse of what I would have thought.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you think of it, it's kind of like strength training. You know, you exhale an exertion.
Yes.
So it is that same idea.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just when you think about, breathing in, you kind of think about...
Totally. But I know. And then like this happens.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So you want to keep your shoulders relaxed and make sure you're really in that nice posture.
That you're sitting up tight and not tight, that you're relaxed, that you're sitting up straight.
Yeah, that's right. Sitting tall. Totally.
Tall. There we go. I like it.
Yeah.
And so how many do you recommend doing?
Well, that's sort of something you'd have to go to your physiotherapist about, but I would do what we say is like 3 sets of 10 a day. So just to get your connection to those muscles happening.
Yeah. Just to get it in the mind,
get it
right?
in your mind and body. Yeah.
Excellent. I like it.
And then you can even add it to, like, for instance, a squat, right? So you squat down, right? Like it's a regular fitness squat. When you squat, you go down. When you stand up, that's when you're going to exhale and lift your pelvic floor.
Okay, so just think about the tentacles moving down as you come up, and you're you're inhaling as you come up. Okay.
You're exhaling as you come up. So you're actually going to contract on the way up. You're going to release on the squat down, contract on the way up.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's sort of what I teach in that little workshop, is just how can you incorporate that into exercises that you do all the time. If you're working out, right?
Yeah. And so squats are the best one. Yeah.
But also teaching people that it's not just the contraction, it's also the release. You gotta let go.
That it's a two-way street. I really liked the idea that it's a trampoline and that it gives and it takes.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Because it's not like a hard floor, right?
Yeah.
It moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So remember, you don't have to wear those big girl panties anymore.
That's right.
Right? Just say no to that's not poise.
Start a revolution.
Sorry, poise. You can do something about it, just like most things in your life. If you decide that you are not happy with it, make a change, right?
Yeah. And it's also back pain. Like there's so many things that
it could be.
Yeah, that are affected from your pelvic floor.
That we think it might be something else. But okay, so the big thing here is get to the physio, get checked out, and then do something about it.
And then they'll tell you what to do, what not to do, and I communicate with them as well. If someone wants me to know about their situation, then I can give them a little more guidance.
Well, Leanne, thank you so much for teaching us how to do a Kegel properly. It's not just sitting in there and thinking about. You've all been there. I know you have. So again, if you have any questions for Leanne on pelvic health, I will include all of her information to the studio down below. There's an information email there. But remember, you don't have to suffer. You don't have to wear those big girl panties anymore. Do something about it. Thanks, Leanne, for coming today.
Thanks for having me, Sue. That was fun.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe because Leanne's going to be back, and I know you don't want to miss any of the great information that she has. Have a great day.